Eminem just announced a new album called The Death of Slim Shady. This comes over 3 years after his last real project that he dropped, so we gotta talk about this, what this actually is, what we can tell from the trailer, and if this is the end of his career. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So let's first look at the trailer that he gave us just a couple of hours ago, because that's all we officially have from him. We don't have any official, cover or single for this thing. We just have a trailer so far. So he posted this to his social media. It is a trailer that is kind of like a little crime movie where there's a detective that is talking about the fact that there was a murder to Slim Shady, and he's trying to, kind of see who it is. He's trying to investigate the case, and he's inviting us to join him on that journey. We can also see some clips from Eminem in, the whole trailer. Is talking about the controversies that the persona of Slim Shady has, brought upon the world and to himself over the course of his career. And also, for example, a little cameo from 50 Cent, who's saying like, that wasn't a friend, that was an enemy. And in the title of this trailer, it says, The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, Summer 2024. Now, Coup de Grace is kind of like the last, if you know what that is, the last shot that you give in like an animal, if you're, hunting it. It's like the last one that actually kills it. So in this case, that could be referring to the death of Slim Shady, obviously. Also, what is so interesting about this is that also in the trailer, we can see that it says summer 2024. And I mean, we're almost in May, so summer is right around the corner. So we should be getting a new Eminem album in the next 2 to 3 months, which is just crazy to think about because we weren't even sure if there was going to be a new album. There were some rumors he was working on something, but still, to have an announcement like this, that a new M album is coming in the next couple of months, to me, it's crazy. And I mean, Eminem means a lot to a lot of people. Even myself, who didn't grow up in the Slim Shady era, Eminem was still a huge part of me growing up and listening to his music. And that was the first artist that I really, kind of delved into and remembered all the lyrics of. So this is really big. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, is this going to be a movie? Because it was kind of like built like a movie in the trailer. But it is actually going to be an album, because when you go to the shop website from Eminem, the EMINEM.com website, you can see that you can watch the trailer there as well. But it says The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grace, pre-save, pre-ad on Spotify or Apple Music. So this kind of confirms that it is actually music, because you can pre-save it. And it's not just a movie, or it's not just a little, short film or something. This is actually an album coming summer 2024. And now here's something that a lot of people were really, I don't want to say creeped out by, were very surprised by him, which is really funny, because there's a tweet from this Twitter account, DD, who posted this, and look at the date that she posted this, October 8th, 2021, and she says, I came up with an idea that I think will be great for Eminem's next project. What do you guys think? And let's look at what she said in that post. She said, Eminem album concept idea. The album will be titled The Death of Slim Shady. It will be a farewell to a legendary persona. It won't be a retirement project. Instead, it will shock fans by introducing a more laid-back lyricist that's more focused on what he says instead of how he's saying it. It will pay homage to iconic moments in M's career, with M writing a letter to Slim as a way of sharing how that persona impacted his life, both negatively and positively. It will reflect on M's controversies and how he feels about them now that he's much older. The album will even be different from other project productions wise, because it won't have Dr. Dre's input. Instead, it will have production from The Alchemist, Ninth Wonder, Madlib, Derringer, DJ Premier, and Q-Tip. So this is, and a lot of people were like, tagging Twitter accounts like they already knew when they're talking about predicting stuff. This is basically what it is. I mean, she at least got the title right, and it will be a farewell to that persona, which we can kind of tell by the persona getting murdered in the trailer, and we are there to uncover it. And from kind of the development that M's career took, it will kind of be more laid back. It won't have Slim Shady on there, obviously, but just the fact that she also got the title right is crazy. So I don't know what Didi was seeing in the future, but she was right. I don't know if M took inspiration from this. Maybe he was working on something like this. for a longer time. But still, a lot of people going crazy about this tweet right here. Now, she also talks about this being, his retirement project. I don't think so either. I think Eminem will continue to make music, a couple of years, decades into the future. I mean, the guy's like 50 now, so maybe not that many decades anymore. But what I'm thinking is we won't get albums as often anymore. Maybe this will be one of his last actual studio albums. But I think we will get features the more we get into the future, like Jay-Z does, like Andre 3K does. Kind of that will be the same lane that M's in. Now, in other M news, I shared this in my newsletter as well. If you're not a part of that, make sure to join with the first link in the description. My newsletter comes every Sunday and gives a quick recap of the biggest 3 stories in hip hop over the past 7 days and some, most important releases that week. So make sure you join that. Completely free, just in your inbox. Eminem recently shared his 16 years of sobriety, which he does. It's like an annual thing that he does. But that is a big dub for him, who struggled with a lot of substance abuse over the course of his career. 2005 almost ended his life, obviously. Also, Eminem was heavily involved in the Detroit NFL draft. He even dropped a t-shirt collab with them in little trailers or little clips that he did with that. So that's something he's been involved in most recently. And also, when we take a look at his last couple of projects, the last album that he actually dropped, before we're now getting this new one, The Death of Slim Shady, was the B-side deluxe to Music to Be Murdered By, which was December of 2020, if I recall correctly. So this was 3.5 years ago. So, that's a long time. And the fact that we're now getting a new album after 3.5 years, I know Eminem has always been, I think there was over 4 years between Marshall Mathers LP2 and Revival, but then Kamikaze came like a year later only. So it's always been kind of weird, the time intervals between the albums. But that was the last big one, and he did drop Curtain Call 2, summer of 2022, which a lot of people saw very, I'd say critically, me myself as well, because in a day and age of streaming, you don't need best hit collections because you can just make a playlist of your own biggest hits. But I know it's at Eminem's level is not just him making those decisions. There's a marketing team behind this. I know it probably brought in some more streams because if you are just getting introduced to Eminem, you can kind of check out the best and the biggest songs, which you will most likely like if you're not a diehard fan that is really into those deep cuts. But still, it was kind of weird. A lot of people were saying that it wasn't with the right intentions. So I'm happy that he finally drops a new big actual project so that we can kind of, that's not the last one that you see in his discography. But still, I'm very excited for this. I will definitely keep y'all updated the more we learn about this project. The Death of Slim Shady coming summer 2024. I'm very excited. Now I want to know what you think about this. Do you think that this will actually be a big solo album, or do you think it's just like a little small project he does? Do you think this will be his retirement project? And what do you think about that theory that this Twitter account had that now connects to this one? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.